Hello. Uh, have you heard the statement that the sequel sometimes precedes the original? Well, my series that I'm directing with a set of friends and which CB Santa North is showing so generously, but they haven't spoken about money terms. So, who have uh, agreed to publish it. Um, and I lost track of what I was saying. So is being shown, and today is the my crew. It's a learning experience. It's the first time around, so has tried to has this time followed all my instructions, and things are shaping up well. So I hear, but I don't know. I haven't seen the uh, finished product yet. Finished episode one, but I have recreated a few scenes from the original Gone with the Wind um, in my episode one, and I will come to that in the original. But I will look at grammar, the clauses, a couple of clauses which Alexandra Ripley has brought about um, in the sequel. And of course, as you all know, I had to jog my memory myself. I've forgotten about clauses. There's a main clause here in Canada and America. We were taught sentence, main sentence, and the clause, the subordinate clause, is the clause. I had my undergraduate degree, schooling done till my undergraduate degree in chemical engineering in Bangalore, India. But since then, I've been here and I've imbibed a lot of culture from here, from Canada, and 2 years in Phoenix before that. And I am a hybrid variety. So going to Alexandra Ripley's Scarlett, the description on page 417 about her grandfather, Pierre Auguste Robillard, was a bit strange, to say the least. But um, I chose this sentence partly because it was the first one that fell uh, under my eyes with a clause, and also because Santa baby, slip a sable under the tree. So this man has a sable hat. He wore a heavy overcoat and a wool scarf, and his thin white hair was covered with a tall hat made of sable that hat, there's the clause, had once belonged to a Russian officer who died at Borodino. And then I this is noun clause, I think. This is a noun clause, I think, or is it an adjective clause? Why don't you give me feedback? And there are two types of clauses: noun clauses and adjective clauses. That is what I read now. And my second clause, I chose the ending where Red makes an appearance. After the beginning, he is not at all there in the book. In the original, Alexandra Ripley's in my, but I'll keep it a surprise. In the original, she goes to Ireland, builds a castle, and etc. And then has a child. That's the original. And in here, she's meeting Red. Was there ever in the history of the world a man who was as crazy about babies as Red Butler? This is a descriptive clause, I think. Man, it is no, that would be personification. A man is describing the man. So this is an adjective clause. Is this you lost the page? Okay, you figure it out. All right, because it could be a question, and students would have to answer. Now, Gone with the Wind, I came up with two clauses. And in Gone with the Wind, I chose the scene which I've recreated in this, um, a lovemaking scene. We all love lovemaking scenes. It makes us, particularly women, this is romance as we have dreamed it. We won't tell our husbands that we dream about Red Butler making love to us. It's going to be our husbands out and out who have made us feel this way. You watch the episode and you will see how much of a lover Red Butler is. So here, I thought I would read it, but then you would enjoy the description in the book. So buy yourself a copy of Gone with the Wind. How many more years will this book sell? There are other authors. Buy another author, current author. So you make them feel good. All right, I'll read a little bit, or I'll come to the sentence. It's best to leave you to enjoy the description. He bent back her head across his arm and kissed her softly at first, and then with a swift gradation of intensity that made her cling to him as the only solid thing in a dizzy, swaying world. That made her cling. That's a clause again. And I'm a little confused. Adjective clause, noun clause. It's not quite clicking. It was the same thing with Green's functions, you know. Green's functions took a little bit of time for it to click in me. But as always, there's a summation of the independent variable and the summation of the dependent variable, and Red makes Scarlett feel dependent. And then the next one I chose was Mar. I think that was the only. Just read a little bit, which I thought was very good description. His mouth was on hers, and again, and she surrendered without a struggle, too weak even to turn her head, without even the desire to turn it, her heart shaking her with its poundings, fear of his strength, and her nerveless weakness sweeping her. What was he going to do? She would faint if he did not stop. If he would only stop. If he would never stop. So she does not want to surrender to him. But then when she does surrender, she does not want it to end. So very well written by both the authors, and I hope you enjoy the episode.